Namaste and hi friends, Parvati here with Visionary Veda, bringing you your June 2022 full moon report as well as planetary report for the rest of the month going into July. My apologies, I know that the full moon was a few hours ago and I'm a little bit late in making this report, but I really wanted to make it for you guys anyway because the energies that I will be going over are really important and they're hitting pretty hard. And I too have been feeling the effects of all of the energetic movement. So I've been behind on a lot of things in life and trying to catch up, and also been a little bit under the weather. So my apologies. I also have an announcement to make at the end of this video regarding my planetary updates as well as this channel moving forward, but I'll save that until the end. So let's go ahead and get started with this June 2020 report for the last half of June and this morning's beautiful full moon, which I hope you all have been enjoying in Jyeshta Nakshatra. So just getting started about this full moon, and then I'm going to talk about the other planetary influences, which is really important, of Saturn as well as the Venus Rahu conjunction. So focusing on this full moon first, we have the moon in the sidereal sign of Scorpio in the Nakshatra of Jyeshta, Jyeshta Nakshatra. This full moon happened or is happening at the very end of the sign of Scorpio. After this, the moon moves into Mula Nakshatra in the sign of Sagittarius. This is a very precarious point in which to have any planet transitioning, as well, especially as well as the moon, because the moon is the mind, and it's very, very, very vulnerable in this position in the sky. Why is that? So we have the mind, we have the transformative sign of Scorpio. The sign of Scorpio shows us that things are changing, they're transforming, and they're never, ever, ever going to be the same. This area of the sky is where the scorpion's tail is. And in the scorpion's tail is where all of the venom lies. So this is the full moon where we might get the venom back from our previous actions, or we might just be getting the last bits of toxicity, of realization of toxicity from a situation that is about to or is on the verge of transformation. A lot of us in our lives right now are going through tremendous change cycles. A lot of us are transforming some very important part of our lives right now. Okay, so it could be a new career, it could be moving to a new place, it can be the beginning of a new relationship, an end of an old relationship, it can be a beginning of a journey of self-exploration, starting to work with a new coach, starting to embark on or about to embark on something that we all know is going to alter the way our life has been. It's going to change our personal status quo, and it can be very exciting, but at the moment it feels a little bit nerve-wracking and a little bit like we're being held back or we're not able to move as quickly as we want to. This is because of how right now we have the benefics, all of the benefics sitting with malefics. So that those malefic planets are keeping those benefic planets in check. Now, it's all about to move soon because everything is always moving and changing. But up until now, we've had this feeling, and this full moon is a culmination to show us, okay, this part of our lives that we're leaving has not been digested. It has not been examined. It has not been forgiven. Or this lesson from the past that keeps coming up for me to deal with. There's something here that I've yet to learn. There's a part of this that I haven't seen the true lesson, or I haven't realized the true lesson yet, or I haven't seen in a different perspective yet. A lot of us should be experiencing things that are coming back to us, which we were like, I thought I dealt with this part of my personality. Really, it's still happening. I'm still reacting in this way, or I still haven't realized this lesson. So really be gentle on yourself. Part of that poison, right? That Jyeshta, it means the eldest. So it's someone who's had a lot of experience with something. All right. So this is whatever's coming up for you around this full moon. You're going to feel like, okay, I've experienced this before. And it could be the time to apply the wisdom or get stung again with that poison again and be like, oh, okay, next time I'll do better. Either way, don't swallow the poison, right? This area of the sky is the Gandanta zone, which you've heard me speak about in my videos in the past, where things are unstable. Why are things unstable? Because they're leaving one shape or one form and transforming into another. And that period of change and movement, like water turning into steam, water coming up against fire, causes a big, a big in life or inside of us. It's a reaction, and it's up to us whether or not we're going to allow the reaction to unground us or learn from this happening. If we're in the right places inside of us, it will be illuminated for us how we have maybe been reacting, how that reaction is outdated, and how we have the freedom to choose another form or another way to be within this life situation that is coming up into our awareness at this time. Just like Lord Shiva drank the poison, right, from the churning of the ocean. And that's why he's known as Nilkant, right? Nilkant, because his neck is blue from holding that poison and not swallowing it. So use this full moon to see where in wisdom we can grow, where in experience we can grow. How can we grow into and develop into that symbology of the eldest or the wisest or the one with the most experience in a certain realm in our lives. Now, while this is happening, while this full moon happened, we have some major planetary action too. So let me just rewind a little bit and talk about what's happening with the other planets. So in the beginning of the month, and my apologies, I did not do a video for the new moon in the beginning of the month. Also in my life, a lot is changing, and I'm doing my best to keep up with it all. So anyway, back on track. So last month, or the beginning of the month, we had a new moon as well as many planetary shifts. Mercury, since the beginning of the month, went direct, and at the same time we had a huge planet of karma, Saturn, stationing and about to go retrograde. Saturn went retrograde on the 4th of June, and on July 12th, it's in the sidereal sign of Aquarius, and then on July 12th, it's going to move back into Capricorn. We also have Venus and Rahu in the same sign. So right now, we have every benefic hemmed in by a malefic and next to a malefic. So we have Mercury with Sun. Sun is changing signs today, moving into Gemini. So we have Mercury with Sun. We have Venus with Rahu, and we have Jupiter with Mars in the sign of Pisces in its own sign, and we have Saturn moving retrograde. So we have Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Rahu, Mercury, Sun. Okay? Now, that planetary combination, I think a lot of you have been able to see it in the sky in the early morning before the sun comes up, right? The string of pearls of planets. That particular combination is causing a lot of this change to be felt very deeply. Now, with Venus and Rahu, this is all about desire. It can turn into greed. It could be inappropriate liaisons. It can be inappropriate partnering. It could be a wake-up call. It could be desiring something out of the blue that you're like, wow, where did that come from? You know, I've never been attracted to this or that before. And suddenly there's a strange attraction which has come up. It could be a strange obsession, all having to do around Venusian themes, as well as this feeling of wanting to conquer it. The desire is there, and then the wanting to conquer is also up for us. So let's have a look at where Aries is in your chart, in your Vedic sidereal chart, and its themes around that house that you're going to feel this sort of lusty, greedy, desirous energy of wanting to somehow go out and attain something. Whether it's a better self-image, whether it's, how you look, what you wear, what you drive, who you associate with, your intimate partners, all of that can come up. Very inappropriate relationships can also come up in this time that make you feel a little bit excited about, but also may not be the best for you in the long term. Then we have Saturn in retrograde since the 4th. Now, Saturn in retrograde in Aquarius is giving us a little taste of what is to come in the next several years. Why is that? So the planet Saturn is a slow-moving planet, and it returns into one sign after a 30-year trip around the zodiac belt. Okay, so it's in Capricorn. It's been in Capricorn. It popped into Aquarius a few weeks ago. It popped into Aquarius in April. Sorry about that. Everything changed in April. If you've been watching my videos, you remember me putting out that very informative April video talking about all the different planetary changes that are happening. So now we're starting to feel the effects of these planets in these signs, all right? So Saturn moved into Aquarius, and it's giving us a taste of what is going to be coming up for us, or what's in store starting next January 2023. So right now, since the end of April, I think it was the 29th of April, when there was that eclipse, until the 12th of July, Saturn is in Aquarius. Right now it's retrograde. So we are seeing a lot of our karmas coming back to us, and not just yesterday's karmas that we've accumulated over the last 30 years since the last time that Saturn was in Aquarius. So a lot of things are going to feel familiar. It's going to feel like a whole cycle is coming to a culmination. It's going to feel very familiar to you, and you're going to realize that these feelings, these situations, these changes that you're undergoing right now, you've gone through something similar to this before, somewhere in the cycle. And if you're not in your 30s yet, then it's a really it's a time where it's a culmination of your life, so to speak, and you're standing on the precipice of something new. And in Aquarius, Saturn shows us how we're not alone on this earth plane, but how everything we do, think, and say, all of our behaviors, all of our actions, all of our thoughts, all of our everything affects the whole. And the way it affects us, right, is the way we show up in the world. And the way we show up in the world affects the entire world. Don't forget, you are a powerful player in the health of not only yourself, not only your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, but the health of society, the health of your country, your cities, your network circles, your groups, your tribe, but also the entire world. How we show up is what creates reality, is what shapes reality. And you might not think that it has a far-reaching effect, but Saturn is here to show you that your choices, your attitudes, the way you see things, the way you react to things, the way you give of yourself, the way you take things, it's not hidden to anybody. We can all see everything. It's harder to see in ourselves sometimes, but if we're honest with ourselves, we can see how we're acting, the way it is reacting out there, right? Are we coming from love? Are we coming from fear? Are we coming from wanting to help? Are we here are we reacting in a way that we want to take? All of these lessons are in review now, especially now that Saturn's going backwards. We're also looking at, okay, we're on this precipice of a huge transition. So what do we need to wrap up and finish so that we can move forward in the strongest way possible? What are the lessons that need to be learned? What are the things that need to be fixed? What are the relationships that need to be mended? What are the relationships that need to be walked away from? What is it within me that I am seeing has been evolving, and I want to continue to support my evolution in this direction because I see how it benefits myself and then in turn benefits others? Or what are some behaviors that I'm still doing that are becoming very apparent to me now that I need to work on and maybe look at how I can transform so that it could be I could have a healthier relationship with it. So that is what you could be, possibly are feeling as of late. Now, today, the sun is moving into the sidereal sign of Gemini, and Venus and Rahu are conjunct until Venus moves out of the sign of Aries, which I believe is in a few days. It's going to move out on the 18th into the sign of Taurus, which it lords. Then we're also going to have Mercury and Sun in Gemini that Mercury lords. We have Mars sitting with Jupiter, which in Pisces, which Jupiter lords, and we have Saturn also in a sign of Aquarius, moving back to Capricorn, both which it lords. So all of this pressure that we've been feeling, and all this change and all of these lessons now are going to, moving forward, are going to be able to feel like it's gotten momentum. We're going to start to feel like we're moving forward. We're going to start to feel like we're learning lessons and we're growing and we're evolving. Up until now, the benefics have been hemmed in or flanked on both sides by malefics, giving it more pressure, and we're seeing where we need to go, but we're having a hard time going there, or we're having a hard time letting go, or we're feeling regret, or maybe we're being too hard on ourselves. Now, moving forward, we're going to be able to take in the lessons, move forward, and feel good about it. Feel good about, okay, maybe I made a mistake, or that wasn't the smartest idea, or I shouldn't have done XYZ, but I see that clearly now, and I can move forward clearly, and I could do better next time. So things are going to be very good, not necessarily without its challenges, but in general, the energy moving forward, you're going to feel like you're getting somewhere finally. You're getting a lot done, you're wrapping up, you're taking care of loose ends, and the new chapter, once we step into that new chapter, is going to unfold in a very new and exciting way. So we're in for some great changes, my friends. I hope you're excited about them. I hope you've been doing well under all of the changes and all of the million things going on in the world right now and in your lives. Drop some comments below. Let me know how you're doing with everything and how these energies have been playing out in your life. And now for my announcement. So again, I said in the beginning, my apologies for not being able to keep up so great this month. I've been doing this YouTube channel for a few years now, and I always do my best to bring the full moon reports and the new moon reports to you in a timely manner. I hope it's been helpful. And oftentimes I also do a monthly report. Well, I am also gearing up right now as we speak to be going on tour for the summer and possibly into the fall. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling and doing workshops and meeting people and attending retreats and teaching at retreats and events. And I'm really excited about it all, but it's been a bit overwhelming, and I'm trying to get on top of all the changes. So, and I'll be traveling a lot. So moving forward, I will do my best to continue to give the new moon and the full moon update reports, as well as the monthly reports, but I don't know how consistent I'm going to be able to be. I don't know, especially when I'm on retreats and such, my access to the internet. I'm also going to be attending and taking deeper classes with my Guruji, with my teacher, which I'm feeling very blessed about. So I'm going to be immersing myself in quite a lot of activities. I will try my best to put up at least one blog a month going over the energies at play. It might be a video, it might be written, but I just wanted to be transparent and let my audience know what's happening so that you're aware. I will be posting to my website as well, visionaryveda.com. So stay in touch. Please stay connected with me. I will do my best to bring you the information as I'm able to, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to be as consistent as I have for the last several years. Just wanted to let you know. Thank you so much, audience members, for watching me and subscribing to my channel and sharing these reports. I really hope it's been helpful for all of you. And like I said, I'm happy to continue. I just don't know what the flow and the accessibility is going to be while I am out and about in this big, beautiful world. So with that, I bid you a wonderful remainder of the month. If you would like a consultation, I do have a few more spots available, but after a while I'm going to be a little bit more difficult to reach. So you can send me an email at visionaryveda@gmail.com or or just stay in touch. Subscribe here so that when I do post a video, you'll be notified of it here on YouTube. You can also join my Facebook page, Visionary Veda. So thank you so much, my friends. Happy full moon. Sorry for this late report. Better late than never. Enjoy the life and see you next time. Take care. I will put out a July video before I embark on my travels, but that'll probably be the last video I'm going to be able to do in a while. So, all right, I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much, my friends. Take care. See you next time. Be well. Bye-bye.